are you creeping from behind, to quote the great B.I.G.? Don't creep from behind. Go to the fucking fruit aisle. Okay, I'll get my frozen goods, and we'll keep it fucking moving like there's no one in here, lady. I don't want what you have, and trust me, you don't want what I have.
No, but aren't you worried that if we go that direction and we get that antsy, this shit's going to get worse fast?
I feel like we know we're not. I feel like everybody should be uncomfortable out in public. I think that we should be uncomfortable. We should be conscious. And if you don't need to be near me and I don't need to be near you, especially on a wide open street or in a wide open supermarket, get the fuck out of my way. And I feel like people have the right to say, you don't have to say it in my way, but like, you can be like, can you back up, please? Like in a nice way, however you want to say it. Like, we don't need to be up on each other. It's not, if you're in line, keep the fucking space in the line, get away from me. Hands like I'm on some this shit. I'm on this, like this, arms distant.
Yeah, you want to be able to spin. A little helicopter. You want to be able to helicopter.
Helicopter. I'm
right.
Helicoptering, motherfucker.
Yeah. No, as you should. Now, do you have faith that Joe Biden can beat Donald Trump?
I think that Dick Stain Donald Trump is so stupid and so bad that if he had one person around him, and it isn't his punk ass son, Dick Stain Donald Trump Jr., and it isn't fucking praying Mike Pence, and it isn't his wife who we haven't seen. If they said to him, you can turn the tide here, man. All you got to do is say, listen, guys. He could say to American people, I know you're scared. I'm scared too. We've made some mistakes, but we're going to figure this out. That's all he has to say. He can't do it. He's attacking reporters. He's patting himself on the back. Like, even when we're down at our worst, he can't get away from it. If someone was around and be like, yo, you can win the election right now. Don't attack the reporters. Say you're nervous. Say we're going to get through this, people. I promise you we're doing everything we can. When people ask him questions that he doesn't have answers to, he should say, I don't know, but I promise you as soon as I find out, I will let you know. Show some fucking humanity and some humility. When Bush went to the World Trade Centers, when we were at our fucking knees, and he was giving his speech to the firemen and the workers down there, and they said, we can't hear you. And he said, but I can hear you, and soon the whole world will be able to hear you. You were like, I remember, like, even when I say it now, I get goosebumps because I was like, just for that moment, I felt like I saw a human being. This slob, he can't do it. And there's no one around him that'll tell him. He's a joke. And I hope that his staunch followers will even be like, damn, this guy's really a fucking clown. I hope that people wake up.
He is the equivalent of that moment in a football game when the team is down 27 points and the third string wide receiver gets 11 yards and spins the football and points when he's down 27. That is the Donald Trump presidency at every single moment. He never stops patting himself on the back, no matter how bad he's losing.
And like I said, if he had anyone around him to say, just make it real simple and be a human being for a second, he would really, like, for his own good, even if it's in a manipulative way, people would be less far to attack him. But I'm here in Los Angeles. I got out of New York last Tuesday. It was just my schedule, and I'm bunkered down like everybody else. I'm trying to keep myself busy and trying to keep myself active in the house and focused, and trying to get myself on a schedule in the crib, and watch movies and write and talk shit and podcast. And I give myself like an hour to be fucking negative, and then I shut the TV off and watch 30 for 30s and watch old movies and watch, whatever the fuck, because you can't watch these motherfuckers all day. It's too frustrating, man. But in regards to the hip hop, because I heard you talking shit when I could hear you, and then you went dark. Mm-hmm. My soundtrack for the quarantine will always be the Jay Electronica album. I've been blasting that shit a lot, and it's been, I think it came out last Friday, and it's been, it took long enough, and it is a Jay Electronica Jay-Z album, but I'm happy that it's here.
Now, I don't suppose you noticed the issues that Jay and I had.
Jay Electronica?
Yes.
I'm a little behind. Fill me in on that.
Well, I when the album came out, I went on Twitter and said, I don't feel comfortable with some of the Jewish references that he makes on the record.
Right.
The synagogue of Satan, I'm not a fan of. And he also says at one point, Palestine hit with the mortar of Satan. So you get
it. What did he say? What did he say?
Oh, he said a lot. He said a lot.
What did he say?
He said he stands behind every word. He said that I was singing a different tune 10 years ago when him and I had talked, which, by the way, may be possible. I'm sure when him and I were closer 10 years ago, he may have convinced me to feel better about that shit than I do now. But in hearing it now, listen, a lot of people thought I was uncomfortable with the intro because Farrakhan's on it. I didn't have a problem with that. I understand the relationship people have with Minister Farrakhan, and I understand the sample that was used. It wasn't that. But when you add up a series of things, like a lot of people tried to come at me with synagogue of Satan, he could have just as easily said church of Satan, but he didn't. Mm-hmm. He said synagogue of Satan. Mm-hmm. And when I Googled it, it was the second time he said synagogue of Satan.
And that, now, you know what? I hear you. I'm glad you said something. He could say whatever the fuck he wants to say. Listen, as far as I'm concerned, he's fucking nuts. He's probably fucking nuts.
You just love him musically.
Rothschild? He likes white chicks, though, right?
He was supposedly with that chick. I don't really know the full story there, but I know there's something.
Well, but he was. I mean, apparently he was with the Rothschild.
So they say.
So they say. So I mean, listen, I'm a fan of his. You know, I as far as art is concerned, especially with hip hop, you know, it's like I don't believe any of it. I take it all as I don't believe any of it from anybody.
By the way,
literally.
I feel you on that. Let me be clear. Like, I loved, as an artist, I think Jay is great. I mean, it was super long overdue. Exhibit C was one of the greatest singles ever released, and then we waited a fucking decade. So maybe I was a little extra sensitive that then the second I turn it on, I hear some shit about Synagogue of Satan. I'm like, what the fuck? I just want to sit here and enjoy this fucking album by this great rapper. So maybe it took me out of it. I appreciate that you just say, fuck it, everyone's crazy. Let me just sit and enjoy the art and not think about the details. I guess I'm extra sensitive. I'm not normally a big card puller on anti-Semitism and shit. I'm normally not. But Trump has everybody super sensitive these days too. So I'm a little. It's just been a lot the last couple of years.
I hear you. I hear you. You know, it's listen. All I know is that based on what I'm seeing, he likes white chicks. So listen, you could. So like it's, and I fuck with him. So you could talk to Synagogue of Satan. I really think, Minister Farrakhan, has done a lot of good. I don't agree with everything he says. And I know a lot of people that, swear by him, friends of mine. So it is what it is. But I know that Jay Electronica, I love him as an MC. I know that I'm pretty sure that the only reason why Jay-Z's on there so much is because that was the only way this album was going to get finished. And
that's an interesting theory, by the way.
Oh, there's no other reason why he's on there so much other than the fact that the album would have never come out. This is also an iconic chat here because collectively between the two of us, this is like should be called the culture vulture chat. Like we could right here, we should be called we could do a practical culture vulture.
By the way, so you would have loved this. So after I came out and I put the tweet up, I said I wasn't. Listen, I didn't crucify him. I was just like, maybe that's poor language. I was just like, I'm not comfortable with it. I don't fuck with it, that part of it. I didn't go over the deep end, right? Jay comes back at me pretty hard. I said, yo, come on the radio show anytime you want. I left it there. What has ensued since then, Mike, and you'll appreciate this, is me getting throttled, right? I complained about anti-Semitism, and here's what I got from every person.
Let me guess.
Okay.
You have no right to say anything, you culture vulture cocksucker, you Jew face, prick nose, Jew nose, where's your money? You're part of the conspiracy. Wait, also, you and Harvey Weinstein.
No, I didn't get that. You've got that?
I get that every day because I'm in Hollywood.
Oh, yeah, of course. No, so this was different, though. So I got all the Jew vulture things you said, but I also got this one, which was dope. Why are you offended by it? You're not even a real fucking Jew, you Jew. So I'm not a Jew and a Jew. It was incredible.
I love it. I love it all. That's why, you're chill and you're calm and you deal with things with you know, you don't get as like as rattled with me. That's why I tell people, especially online, suck a dick. White, black, Puerto Rican, and Haitian, to quote the great Five Dog. Everyone can get it. Men and women, you want equal rights, you can get it too. If you talk shit and all I see pictures of is you and your girlfriend, you and your mom, you and your daughter with the wonky eye, she can get it also. If you talk out of pocket and you say wild shit, like, yo, and then if you really say some extra shit, then I put you on the shame game. I put you on the shame game.
By the way, I love it, and you being so consistent with that's what you're gonna do has worked. The key is if you stick. Ebro's the same way. He sticks with the shit he's gonna do. He does it that way every single time, and no one can really say shit. And you've done it for years now, and I appreciate your tone being that way. I work for ESPN officially. I have to play a slightly different game, but I appreciate the way you play it.
I appreciate that. I don't expect everybody, you know, to be in it, but I just make it clear. Like, I don't give a fuck what you're, you know, like I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck if you talk crazy and, you know, this culture shit and all that shit. Because the culture vulture thing for me, it's like if I sit here and say Jay Electronica is dope, Griselda's dope, you know, this is dope, this is dope, this is dope, and then I go, Joe Schmo is whack. Who the fuck are you to say they're whack? I'm the same motherfucker who made the Tribe documentary. I'm the same motherfucker who's been consistent my entire career. I'm the same motherfucker who just said 20 people are dope. If I think someone's whack, I think they're whack. Period. And like that's part hip hop. Like, I'm not gonna, 99.9% of these people are straight dog shit. These rappers, and you see right now, like you'll see the resonating of the music. Like you'll see, time will fucking tell. Like, you put those songs on, them shits smack. Them shits are bangers. Like, you could put anything into your Serato in the Mike Rap playlist, and people are gonna be like this. You don't need to
but I do think that sometimes you sleep on some new shit that's good.
I know you did tell me you were going to send me a playlist, and you are a busy person. You said you were going to help change
you slept on Meek very hard. You sleep on Meek very hard.
No, I don't.
No
disrespect to Meek Mill, but Meek Mill for me, and I did overstate, you know, when I said that he was trash, and I took that back. But it's for me. I'm not a big Meek Mill fan.
But I'm
allowed to say that.
You are allowed to say that, but you have to admit there are.
Play me something. Play me something other than the Dreams and Nightmares.
I will. Hold on, don't you worry. How about this record?
Go ahead.
This record's called Hip Hop.
Okay. We back in the hood. I like recording in Philly. Put me in my zone. Yeah, I remember there was no lights. Max on the floor, stopping roaches for
You're not on the beat.
Yeah.
What is that?
I'm not hearing it as good as you're hearing it. I've never heard that song, but is he rapping on the beat?
He's on the beat, very much so.
Okay, I gotta listen to it.
I mean, you don't like even hits. You don't like House Party. You don't like this. Yeah. What about Amen? You don't like Amen?
Play it. Turn it up just a little bit more. Not too much, just a tiny bit.
Well, you know this record, right? I don't know why you don't think he's on beat. I think you're missing the beat.
I'm off beat.
Is it possible Meek's more on beat than you are, Mike?
That could be fucking possible. But I mean,
you're definitely a head.
What's that?
Like, you're definitely a true hip hop head, as am I. But I would also say that I'm not necessarily the most on beat human being who's ever lived. And by the way, like, I know you're not listening to Lil Baby. Lil Baby's dope.
Listen, my wife, she works out to that Lil Baby. And you know, at this point, you know, I'm 50 today. So when we're talking about these kids, literally my sons are 18 and 20. So it gets put on something that you know I would like right now, and then I'll show you what on beat is. Anything that you want. Anything. Play some
Wait, you want me to
play some Ghost Dini. Give me some Dini.
Okay. By the way, Ghost.
No. By the way, you don't have to ever say anything about Ghost Dini being on beat. That's never a question.
Yes. See, I disagree. Ghostface loved fucking with the beat and kind of getting behind it and doing weird shit with beats. I totally disagree with you. I think that is you being totally unfair. You can hear, like, when Ghost did this beat with Dilla, you couldn't even hear, like...
So pretty. So pretty.
Listen.
She sound crazy, right? Yes. That's what happened at the bus stop. She turned around and this grown lady said hi. I was quite stunned from the way she replied. Peace, nice to meet you, sweetie. Call me Tony Stark.
There's no explanation like going.
No, he's on beat, but I'm just saying he's different, though. There are people who could argue there were times he wasn't completely on the beat.
I know what you're saying. I got what you're saying. But and listen, I'm a jazz, deep jazz head. But when you get on some Ornette Coleman shit and some Sun Ra shit, I go, enough. Like, I'll listen.
Right, you told me that, yes.
Wacky, too fucking wacky. Even John Coltrane, you know, when he went to that free jazz shit, it's like, woo, way the fuck out there. And not to say that these guys are on it, but it's like,
listen, man.
Yo, like, did you ever hear when Ghost did this?
yes.
Yo, you wanna sit at the table thinking, how the hell do I murder these MCs? Singing like beef, my attitude's that available, not compatible. Why would damn it? Fuck if I drink and ramming so y'all chose the war. So poor rich niggas wanna burst the poor.
No,
That's the only Iron Man I acknowledge. That's the only fucking. I don't fuck with Robert Downey Jr. I don't fuck with DC movies. Gal Gadot ain't Superman. The only real superhero is Ghost Dini, aka Iron Man.
I wonder if that's like fucking something in our white boy Jew DNA, because like literally when there are arguments about the best ever, I always want to include Ghostface in it. Always.
That has nothing to do with white boy D. He's stupid.
He's so good, dude, and his body of work is just endless. It's like, dude, listen, even when
have you ever talked sports with him?
Not really, no.
Yo, I had a conversation. You know, he's a sports head.
Yeah.
I had a conversation with him, but it's coming out of his mouth about like basketball, and I was like, you have to do a sports show, because he was like, yeah, the Knicks ain't shit. You know how he talks, like he can't even do it. And I was just like, you have to talk. You have to go on ESPN and talk sports, because like his vernacular is so fucking good. One of my, you know, I'm a big reality TV shows person. I love reality TV.
I did not know that.
He was on Couples Rehab.
No,
there.
I was in for that.
One of the great seasons of reality TV.
If you have never watched Ghostface on Couples Rehab, you won't believe. It'll be one of those things that you go, this happened? I didn't see this? It's incredible.
And there were some true Ghostface moments.
Oh my God. I mean, my favorite Ghostface line of all time, I believe. Do you love the album Ghostini, Wizard of Poetry?
Yes.
When he's talking about cheating on his girl, and he goes, I didn't use no hat. My excuse, I couldn't come like that.
I love all his you know, in his catalog, all his dick insecurity. When he said in that one song, the Neo song,
Back Like That.
I love it. It's so fucking good. I fuck with Ghost Dini. So I love that dude. Him and Ray, I fucking love those dudes.
No, it gets no better than them. It's there. If I was just forced gun to my head to choose rappers to listen to forever, it might be them. They're that great.
Method Man is stupid also. Dumb.
I love Meth too.
Stupid. I fuck with him hard. The cow.
When did you first meet those guys?
Man, I met Meth. Shit. I met Raekwon first. You know, I've never really chilled with Meth. Has been on my podcast. Meth I know a little bit. I met Meth. I think the first time I met Meth I was doing a TV show called Boston Public, and he was a guest star. And we were chilling like in the dressing rooms, and I was bugging. Who just called me a clown? Hold on.
Yeah, get him.
This guy up. Yo, my man. Whoever said that, I can't even get your name. I think that's a girl. Anyway, but I met Method Man on the set of Boston Public, and then I got to hang out with him that whole week, and he was telling me Wu-Tang stories. I was tripping. And then I met Ghost. You know, we've only had, you know, exchanges here and there. And Ray I've hung out with. I've chilled with Ray. I've smoked with Ray, which was one of my weed moments. And I've hung out with him and got to pick his brain about some shit.
Who are some of the other weed moments? I know you've had a lot. So who are the ones that you register as moments?
Well, obviously Snoop is a huge one. Be Real is a big one.
Yep.
Snoop has been a bunch of times.
Of course.
I'll go way back with Leonardo DiCaprio, Mark Wahlberg. They won't like me saying that. Back in the days.
Did you ever smoke with Q-Tip and DiCaprio?
No, never smoked with them together. Never smoked with them.
That was such a time in hip hop. The Q-Tip DiCaprio friendship was a moment in hip hop.
Yeah, but no, they're still friends.
They're still tight.
They're still friends, but they've been friends for a while because Leonardo's a big hip hop kid. He loves Tribe from way back in the days. There's a photo of me and him, me, Leonardo, the late great Fight Dog, Jerobi, Mos Def, and Tip and Ali at the last Tribe Called Quest concert in New York, which is a cool photo. Harmony Korine.
Wow. You've had some moments, bud.
I'm trying, man. What else is going on over there, man?
Hip hop wise?
Just in general, man. Like, you still haven't told me why you blew me up on Michael K today. Like, what happened?
I do not remember what the reference was to you. But it's not like you're a name that would never come up. I mean, you're a New York guy.
I know, but it's just like, I know there's not a lot of sports. It is my birthday. I mean, it wasn't like happy birthday. It was like you were grounded.
That's a good point. I did say you look like a penis. Because, by the way, I was getting you back because after the celebrity game, you said I looked like a matzo ball.
The attack. That was an attack. And you know what? I have to say, I'm glad that you